Our vice president on Pod Force One just called out Kamala Harris for being lazy, drunk, and explains how the actual job of the vice president works. It is hilarious, much needed, and will 100% make you smile. I also have Mike Johnson out here parking Democrats with receipts while Gavin Newsom is giving people 8 different reasons to vote no on the proposition that will change everything in California. And something explosive just leaked between Obama and Kamala Harris, which I think is just mind-blowing, and I am excited to talk about it. So welcome back to the Moreno Show. Please like, subscribe, and let's dive right in. So Gavin Newsom is pulling every string he possibly can to get Prop 50 passed, the prop that will redraw congressional lines, giving Democrats a stronger footing. And to sell it, it looks like he brought in every big name that he could think of. Look at this shipwreck of an attempt to manipulate voters.
California, with Prop 50, you have the power.
You have the power to stand up to Donald Trump.
You have the power to protect reproductive freedom.
You have the power to stop election rigging.
You have the power to give America a fair midterm.
You have the power to restore checks and balances.
You have the power to stand up for everyone being erased by this president.
For all of us in all 50 states.
Yes, on 50.
Holy smokes. You know, I don't think Gavin Newsom intended to make an anti-Prop 50 ad, but that's exactly what happened. Because if I didn't know anything and I just saw Barack Obama, AOC, and a Jasmine Crockett all telling me to vote a certain way, I would 100% just do the opposite, without a doubt. This feels like a trailer for a movie called How We Lost California, the musical. It is just so weird. And while Gavin Newsom is out here pulling strings, Speaker Johnson is in D.C. showing once again to the American people how destructive the Senate Democrats are. Look at this.
Democrats are still out trying to convince you that this is somehow Republicans' fault. But the facts are the facts, and the American people can see that very clearly. They see the truth. We brought you a handy scorecard here so you can, follow the votes. I mean, this is very simple. The votes to pay the troops and federal workers and continue SNAP benefits and get air traffic controllers and Border Patrol agents paid. This is the vote tally. You see the dates here. The House did our work back on September 19th, and we voted, Republicans voted yes. Democrats voted no on all those things. And the Senate has now done it an additional 13 times. These are the votes. No one can say that this is in any way the fault of Republicans. We have a clean, simple bill, and everybody knows it. House and Senate Democrats are openly admitting that this is their shutdown. You have seen the highlight reel of all of them stumbling into admitting that. And yet they're also incoherently claiming that the shutdown is somehow on the fault of the other party. And the people aren't buying it. And that's why the polling continues to show that the approval of Republicans in Congress is rising with each passing day. And
he didn't just spit facts here. He spit literal charts, giant receipts that listed every single bill that the Democrats voted no on, from paying the troops to funding SNAP benefits and keeping the lights on for federal workers. The same Democrats keep choosing to continue the shutdown. It is terrible. And to use the same words as Gavin Newsom did this morning, people are going to go hungry, but not because of Senate Republicans. It will be because of Senate Democrats. And it is disgusting and immoral. So now moving on to Miranda Devine, when she asked the question that is always top of mind, what the heck does the vice president actually do? And JD Vance does not disappoint. Check it out.
So what does the vice president actually do? Because we know Kamala Harris did nothing. Joe Biden traveled around the world.
Sometimes I'm envious of Kamala Harris.
Joe Biden grifted, we know. So, I mean, you seem to have a lot of different hats that you wear. So there's a lot of foreign policy.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is the job is very dependent on the president of the United States, right? And so if you have the trust of the president and he actually gives you a lot to do, then there's a whole lot to do. And that's how I found the job so far, is that there's nothing where I've wanted to get involved in where the president has said no. And a lot of times, if there's something important the president cares about, he'll call me, or if I'm in the room, he'll say, JD, you take care of this. You make sure that this gets done.
So, if I heard correctly, the actual job of the vice president depends on if the president trusts you. If. The key word is if. So this is why JD Vance is so busy, and that's why he's always running around getting things done. It's because the president knows he's actually competent. Now, fast forward, another clip shows JD at a later point just roasting the heck out of Kamala Harris, and I love it so much.
I think the reason why I've been able to do a lot is because the president trusts me, and he's empowered me with a lot of responsibilities. And it's made the job a lot of fun. I mean, as much as I joke about, I kind of wish that I could sleep until, 1 o'clock, take a couple of phone calls, and then, hit the bottle after that, which I think was the Kamala Harris approach to being vice president. It would be really boring, and we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of good work because the president trusts me.
Oh my goodness, this is so brutal. He said, sleep till 1. Take a few calls and hit the bottle afterward. Mike, what's crazy is just how casual he is about it. Like, this is just another Wednesday for the guy. But, is it true? We all have our suspicions. We all have a mountain of evidence that we could point to that would suggest this as a fact. But you know what? You let me know what you think about all that. One last thing that I wanted to share was Obama apparently lashed out to Nancy Pelosi after she endorsed Kamala Harris. So according to reports from the New York Post, as well as many other people, everyone's talking about this, Barack Obama picked up the phone and called Nancy Pelosi and said, and I quote, "What the F did you just do?" Apparently, this happened right after Biden dropped out and virtually handed her the nomination before anyone else could even wrap their heads around what happened. And what's even crazier is behind closed doors, both of them had agreed privately to not endorse anyone. But what did Pelosi say whenever Barack Obama lashed out at her? She said, "The train has left the station." This nightmare of a politician said that the train has left the station. Obama wanted an open convention for a full and fair fight. That would have been correct. That would have been righteous. That would have been the exact right thing to do. Nancy Pelosi said nope. So I find it interesting that even the former president had doubts that Kamala Harris could successfully win the White House. I don't think this surprises anyone, but I really didn't see this coming. I reported earlier during the election season that it was Obama's intention to have an open convention. And we, of course, never knew why that didn't happen. But it looks like now we do. It was because of Nancy, the nightmare Pelosi. Wow. Anyways, that is the video, and I'd love to know what you think about it, from Gavin Newsom to JD Vance, Mike Johnson, and the now Obama eruption. All right, this is just nuts. So tell me your thoughts in the comments, and if you made it this far, please like, subscribe, turn on the bell, and I will see you all next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.